My name is Evan Munro-Smith and I'm a director here at Stupid Halt Studios. We have a studio space here in Brunswick. We use it for sort of small scale, kind of like the multicam TV style sort of productions, little live podcasts and panel shows, sort of bits and pieces like that. And when the pandemic hit in March or so, we decided to lean into that a bit more and do more live streaming, which is an area that we hadn't really done much of before. So we started off with a few BirdDog minis, and then we got, when the Flex was announced, we got a couple of those because they still do tally, they still do comms, it integrates really, really well with vMix. It just plug and play, it just works, which is really great. And then we have upstairs, I've turned my office into a makeshift control room. Run all that with a 10 gigabit fiber connection up to the control room office. So it's pretty much everything is running through the switch in the studio, which is pretty nice.
Well, what's going on, everybody? How's it going in the NDI universe? Hope you're doing well. I'm just going to pull up the monitor real quick, take a look, make sure that you can hear me all right. All right, sounds all right on my end. So please let me know what the audio's levels are like. If it's loud enough for you, I will also check it here on my iPad. So let's just take a quick look. Things are okay. Hopefully you mean like, yeah, things are okay. And not like, well, things are okay. Let's take a peek. I could use some support though. Can you deal with a mice infestation? Well, I used to be licensed to do that, believe it or not. Let's just take a... Yeah, okay, there's the audio. Okay, cool. Yeah, in another life, I was a pest control agent, and so I actually can give you some pointers if you want to talk about that. I have found that by the time people get into this industry, they have done a whole bunch of things to go down this road. So it is one of my past life employment things. I was the department head for a pest control. Well, no, for a lawn fertilizer company. I was the department head for the pest control division. And it sounds more impressive than it is. But hey, what's going on, Danger Zone? It sounds more impressive than it is. But it's pretty much just like I was growing that department. And I found out pretty quick after a year and a half of doing that I did not enjoy doing that. So I'm all done with that. Although I maintained my license for quite a while and helped people out with their mouse problems, and mostly bug control. Honestly, that's really what's the bulk of my knowledge base. But rodents, vertebrate, all of those, yeah, we can handle that. I was cleaning out our AV storage yesterday and found a dead mouse. Yeah, I found a dead frog in my garage a few days ago. That was not a few days ago, a couple of months ago. I knew he went in there, and I didn't know where he went, and then I found him several months later, decomposing on the floor. So that was sad. You from which country? Where am I from originally? Is that a question for me or for Beep Chirp? Because you guys are kind of talking. I'm from Canada originally. I live in the U.S. though right now, and that's where the BirdDog supports desk is. So I live in India. Cool. I had some guys that lived over there. Some people I knew, but I think they moved back since then. So. Welcome aboard. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Appreciate that. I pulled some old network gear off a shelf in a closet and found a massive nest built out of Kleenex. Oh, that's always fun. Yeah, it's always fun when you run into the nests. Find those. I was born in Orlando, Florida. Nice. I like it down there. Can I post a link? Depends on what the link is. If Nightbot doesn't do it, I might. Electronics are expensive in India. Yeah, well, they're expensive in most places. They're expensive here too, but then last night I found No, I'm gonna pass on AirPods. I think they look absolutely ridiculous. I'm a wired headphone guy anyways, as you've probably seen. I have these ones. I have another set of 700s that are open. I've had to repair the wire though because they've taken some damage since I moved home, my home office. $870 for headphones? Yeah. I'm sorry, no. That's... What are they? AirPod Max? Is that what they're called? What are they here? Silly headphones. What a joke. How do I buy? Buy now! Let's do space gray, because everything I do is space gray. Yeah, there's $600 here, plus that's without AppleCare. So, I'm sorry. I know they're noise canceling, right? Or noise helping? I don't know. I don't know how that goes. It just seems like... And then the pictures they have of the people wearing them are also not realistic. I don't know. First gen stuff, I always pass. Would you order from this place based on the menu? Uh-oh. Where is this? Why doesn't it have like a map? There's some things on here I'd be like, ooh, that looks good. What link? iPhone 12 Pro is $2,000. Yeah, that's way too much to pay for things like that. It's not worth it. Seriously. You know what you can do with $2,000? What is this? I don't open YouTube links until you tell me what it is. You have to explain what this video is. It's about the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12 in India? I know about the iPhone 12. I actually am an Apple user. I think I showed this when I started the show, right? Got a phone, Apple Watch. Give me the boiled down version of what the YouTube video is about. I don't normally watch YouTube videos while I'm streaming, so I'll check it out later if that's the case. All right, so as I've been saying for about a month now, BirdDog support is trying to get a handle on all the stuff that's going on. I don't know if you guys have noticed on the Facebook group, but there was a release of the P200 firmware. Oh, Unbox Therapy. Oh, I know him. He's out of Toronto. That's where I'm from. Anyways, the P200 has a new update. I'm going to do it here live. My P200 is up and running. It should show up right here. Once Studio Monitor loads. There it is. Alright, cool. So I'm going to move this over to my desktop. Hello, everybody. So P200. This is running 3374, so it's actually pretty stable. But yeah, beep chirp. Everybody's got to check out the new firmware update. It has been put on the user Facebook group, just not on the main site. Skull Candy. Yeah, I've heard good things about Skull Candy. I can't vouch for them because I don't know anything about it, but I can uncrate my P200 and use it? Well, you could have used it with 3374 because that's what I've been using mine on for 3 weeks now. But yes, the official release is out. Let's go ahead and download this zip file. Looks like we're going to need a baseboard update. Wah, wah. Let's find out how that goes. Oh, USB drive's already in there. All right, so I'm going to download this file. Here it comes. Now we need to open disk management. So we're going to start menu and just type in format. On Windows 10, type in format. It's going to open up this screen. And it should catalog all of your drives on your network or on your computer. So I put in the USB. Put in the USB drive, which is right here. Oh, did not like that. Oh dear. Please insert a disk into USB drive J. Well, that's not good. She may have bit the dust. Okay, so I'll format that on my Mac. And let's do this one. Yoink. There it is. All right, so P200. This one was already formatted once, but I'm going to do this again live here for your benefit, just so that you can see how this is done. If you haven't watched the videos or whatever, and you're about to update your units, is there a kilobit? Some of the older beta releases? Not yet. I haven't done a video for it or anything. So this is your official walkthrough. So I'm going to open disk management on my Windows PC. Excuse me. And I'm going to right-click on my... This is my removable drive. Now, be really careful here, because if you wipe the wrong drive, you're going to really screw yourself over. So I'm going to right-click here and say delete volume. I know that this is my USB. And it's going to unallocate everything. Oh, look, there's the unallocated space. That's why it's doing that. Okay. Well, we'll do that in a second. Here, I'm going to right-click and say New Simple Volume. I'm going to go through and make this 2,000 megabytes, which is pretty much going to be less than 2 gigs, 1.95. Needs to be small enough so the camera can load the USB drive and search all of the bytes before the boot up process continues. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to label this, make this FAT32, label this P200 just so I know which USB drive that is, and click through to finish. That's going to give me this little window here that then I'm going to be able to open the download file and drag the .bin file onto this USB. So I'm done with this little disk management program now. I'm going to put this here off to the side. Man, don't unallocate your C drive. That's not going to be cool. Really going to introduce a lot of problems for you. All right, so I'm going to open up this download folder, and I just got to find it here. Downloads, extract all. Now, if you don't know what baseboard your unit is, you can put this, go to the knowledge database. There's something called a verification tool, and you can find out which one that is. In my case, I believe I'm running A4, A5. I could be wrong, but whatever. It's not an irreversible process, thankfully. Put the hd.20 bin file on here. Yeah, don't do that either. Put it on there, and now I'm just going to disconnect my USB. And I'm going to power down my P200. So here we go. Give the camera a smile. It's going to freeze that frame. Put my USB in and power it back up. So here it comes. Power is being restored. I can see the LED on my unit flashing red. The LED on my USB flashing red, so I know it's being read. And then the LED on the camera went red, and now it's green. Now it's going through the boot up process. So with any luck, that worked. I'm going to open the web UI for this, which is, for me, 1.13. I'm going to put this here so that you can see both as it kind of loads. And when Studio Monitor sees the image again, that means that the NDI chip is generating NDI, and it will take us to the web UI. So that's good news. Now, in theory, I shouldn't have control of the OSD if the baseboard installation was correct. At least that was the behavior last time, but I do. So it may just be the same baseboard that they put on here. And now I'm going to go to System. Actually, let's take a look at that. Before I do that, I just want to know, because I haven't actually done this yet. So TD. Okay, so the previous firmware was TC, 006TC on my camera, and now it's labeled as TD. So there is a difference, and it was successful. So good news. Let's go to System. Choose File. Downloads. I'm going to extract here. Giggity goo. I'm going to go to my baseboard, which is an A485. Open the firmware file and update. Now the camera's going to reboot again, so I'm going to lose NDI control in just a minute. Wait for Studio Monitor to stop. There it goes. All right, so we detected that you are running an A485. Very good. We're installing this now. Stopping BirdDog services, which is why the NDI doesn't work anymore. Installing required packages. There we go. Congratulations, your firmware is now up to date. So, when we go back to the dashboard and we see the camera come back in Studio Monitor, we'll be able to go in, verify that the update was done. Now it should be at 3378, and then we'll play around with some of these functions. And there is also a new cam control download, by the way, on that Facebook page. So I would open up the entire post, scroll down. Cam control is now 2.0.4 is the update. So I'm going to download that file. Good. There's the MSI file. Let's uninstall the previous cam control version. So we're just going to say add and remove programs. This is what that screen looks like. Oh, whoops. Come on now. This is what that screen looks like. So we're going to go down to cam control. It's already gone. I think I deleted it yesterday, actually. Make sure that you uninstall it there before you install the new one. So now I'm going to open up the MSI. It's going to give me the error. Hey, this is not a protected program. It's fine. It's just because it doesn't have a certificate. Run anyway. Running anyway. This is the little install screen. Next. That's all fine. Sounds good. Just killed the screen share. Okay, close. All right, so we're all set there with new cam control. So we'll give that a go in a second. Once the camera comes back, it looks like the camera is back, so we can log back in here. Let's take a look at what the resolution is. 1080p 30. Whoop. That's not the resolution I want. NDI AV setup. Actually, let's make sure that the actual update took. Now is 1080p 60. Here's the new update, so I can confirm that that's actually happening. And anything else here that is different? Let's do full auto in this case. It's a little bit sharp, a little over sharpened. So let's. Oh wow, really? Is it because we're running? Oh, that's why. Because this is like wicked high. Take this to 0. Not too sure why that was set to 1. What's the difference here? Whoa, that's weird. Speed that up a bit. How? Brightness, that doesn't need to be on. Normal. Gamma offset to 0. 120. NDI managed. That's you should definitely do that. I'm not using audio on mine, so let's disable that. NDI tally enabled. Let's apply all these. Go to the next one. Full auto, so it's not a whole lot here except the AE response should be set to here, and I don't like my gain being that high. The threshold, I prefer it down to about 14.3. Obviously, it doesn't even hit this threshold. Gain is at 3.6 right now, so let's leave it at 10. White balance is on auto, so that's fine. That looks terrible. Compared to what I'm used to, it looks really bad. Okay, cool. IR filter. Come on, check in again. There we go. Cool. So you'll notice that the little light on the front blinks, right? So that is it checking the settings on the camera is what's going on there. So that's normal. You should expect that now. And That's normal. Standard. Low. Okay. Cool. So the next thing to do is to check out cam control. Let's see if I can do that and share it with you. I think it's going to take over screen number 1 here, so I may have to change my output. Let's see, make sure this is still working right now. Okay, so just give me a second here. I'll try and share my original screen. Desktop. Just give me a quick second here. There we go. Okay, cool. So we'll move this over here. And if I open cam control, cool. All right, so let's take a look at cam control real quick. Hopefully you can see this all right and see me. Now I'm moving like things all over the place. All right, so let's add our camera. This is Knutson Cam that's running. That's the P200 that's running. Oh, that's cool. Oh, genius, boys. Well done. So they finally have the board number on there. I love that. That squashes a lot of confusion. It's probably with the latest update, so obviously from here on in, that's what it will say. You can change the speed, obviously, in which the camera moves. You can position, do your presets from here, which I love. We can obviously set it to whatever sort of adjustments we want. Focus. Focus speed. Oh, this is autofocus. I see. So if you go to manual and you wanna dial it in, you can do that here. It's funny because the actual camera. Whoa, that's fuzzy. Yeah, there we go. Whoa. It's funny because it does it in stages. It's not perfect in cam control. But anyways, I don't need it for anything but auto, so we're in good shape there. You'll notice that this is a proxy image, and that's on purpose. Mostly for coloration and whatever, but it's not for full detail. And the reason for that is we don't want cam control pulling down all sorts of data just so you can adjust the colors. We don't want it running at 120 megabits per second just because you want, colors or whatever. So, unfortunately, there's still no way to turn off the second monitor. So I'm just going to restart cam control. I need to talk to those guys about that. Yes, that's fine. Cool. Now let's add a source. Okay, so back at it now. Full auto. Let's just be sure we do that. Auto. Very good. AE response. We can change that here. You can change the gain level. Sweet. Whoa. That was weird. Okay. XComp, that's fine. All this is good. Sharpness. Sharpness can be adjusted here. I really don't need it like that. 3 is fine, or 4. This one's off because it's not in manual anymore. Effect black and white. Wow, that is fast. Jeez. Flip. Instant. That's instant. That's awesome. Holy smokes, that's great. Nice. Wowzers. Okay, so these changes are very fast now. Faster than they were before, that's for sure. Like this is faster than the web UI. Like if I go over here, crap. Which I don't hate at all. I like cam control being fast because I prefer to funnel everybody for camera operations to cam control. Just because it's nice and quick, So flip. It's slightly delayed. Oh, that one's really delayed. Yeah, that's really delayed. But here, like that's instant. That's awesome. Love it. What's the difference between sharpness and EXT sharpness? One is when you're running it in full manual and one is when you're not. I'm not 100% sure what the actual wordage definition is, but when you switch over to manual, one is locked and one isn't. So Can find that out from the team later. Highlight comp mask, put that down to 0. Chrome suppress. Good golly, yeah, this is so fast. I love that. Jeez. All right, so we can start manipulating colors here. I probably need to switch this over to manual if I'm not mistaken. See if we can pull the, yeah, there goes all of the tone out of my skin. Yeah, all the reds just disappeared. I do have a color card here I could get out. Oh, there's not too much in terms of yellows in this shot. Green. I wonder what the BirdDog symbol looks like here. There's my green shirt, right? Let me zoom out. Okay. Whoa, that's fast. Cool. So I got green on my shirt. That's much duller than what it is in real life. For those of you who are keeping track at home, much more lacking in color. There, that really brought it out a fair bit. Cool. Can manipulate the hues. This is the phase. This is what was screwing with. Oh, I'm sorry, the color gain. That was what was screwing with the original update. So that's been corrected now. What's going on here? Something's blowing up my phone. Okay, cool. Yeah, something's blowing up my phone here. Just give me a second. Yes, all fine. Good golly. All right, so this now is obviously the test is people are going to be hesitant. We can leave it for the next 24 hours just running like this. I prefer full manual in my office, so we're going to do that. I'm going to move the camera slightly here. Awesome. Well, this is behaving as I expected to, so that's good news. Now, let's go back to the primary shot here. And I got to fix my desktop now because I just changed that. Change it to that one. Change it to this one. Done. Cool, cool. All right. So, we are in good shape now. And back to it. Hey, so here's some cool little BirdDog news that doesn't affect you necessarily, but it affects us. So that little video that I showed at the beginning of the show, that was produced by our new content creator, and his name is Neil, and he started on at the BirdDog headquarters here recently. And so I don't know all of his details, but I do know he's a talented videographer, so we're going to start cranking stuff out. And he's going to be the point man on a lot of that stuff. So that video you saw at the beginning was basically like his first little thing that he did for us, just a quick 1 minute. I'm sure he spent hours on it. I just trivialized his work as quick. But it's a 1 minute little story about a BirdDog user. I think the quality on that thing is outstanding, and that's going to really benefit people seeing real world people using our product line and how they're integrating it. So I'm excited to have more content out there that you guys get to consume and see how BirdDog is being used across, you know, multiple platforms and that sort of stuff. So really happy about that. I'm looking forward to getting to know him a bit more and seeing how he's going to integrate with our team and all that sort of cool stuff. So welcome, Mr. Neil, who is, by the way, probably asleep right now. So if you like the video, check it out on our Facebook user group. Give a little like, give a shout out to him. He is hitting the ground running, we'll say. So I'm excited about that. So that's cool. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us today, folks. I see some folks here on Twitch. Obviously, there's always a group of you hanging around. We have a Discord channel, so be sure that you check that out. And also, those of you who are hanging out on Facebook, thanks for jumping on. I'm gonna roll over there and just see what is going on that channel real quick. If anybody is hanging out or saying anything, it doesn't look like there's not too much traffic going on over there right now. So welcome if you're hanging out with us. Appreciate that. Tell your friends and family that BirdDog goes live twice a week. Tuesday, Thursdays, we try and shoot for 11 to 12. Today I was late. I was in a meeting with a new employee of ours. We're doing some pretty intense training, and today was kind of an overview of a bunch of things. And so we ran long, and he was like, hey, don't you have a Twitch show to get to? So I jumped off of that call and got into this one. And the truth is just we're knee deep in a whole bunch of things with him. So trying to get him up and running, and that's exciting stuff. I'm also in negotiations from moving out of this office into another office space here in Michigan, so that support will actually have a place where we do work, and then that stuff doesn't necessarily come home with us. So that's going to be exciting to kind of set up a new place for a home base for support, and then my satellite guys in Europe and somebody in Australia will kind of work with us at the head of support office, which will be here in Michigan with me. So that's coming down the pipe. Yeah, what else is going on? Obviously, we got Christmas break coming up. The next and final show of 2020 will be on Tuesday, hopefully promptly at 11, if I don't lose track of time again. And we will go over the final things for the year. We'll be talking about the beta firmware. No, it's not beta. It's actually an update now. So 3380. If you haven't heard, P200 and P100 have updates for both of their platforms. I'm running P200 right now. Looks good. I don't know necessarily what else was changed. Oh, let's do the vMix test. So here we go. I'm going to open up vMix. For those of you who are regular members at this show, you know how I feel about this. Opening vMix to give it a go. Let's see if the virtual inputs stuff is corrected. If not, of course, I will reach out to my team and get that taken care of. But that's one of the benefits of this show is you guys don't necessarily get to see the polished product, but instead you get to see me dealing with stuff in real time. And so let's go ahead and throw this up on the shared stuff. Here is vMix. We're running 0.54, which I don't know if that's the latest or not, but whatever. That is what it is right now. I'll look for the updates later. I'm going to close this window. Let's select the NDI stream. I want to select the P200. I'm going to put in some... Whoa, that's an old photo. That was like a week ago now. All right, Knutson Cam is here. Tally is on. See what it does here with the... It's funny. The dual GPUs. This is the error that I get, which I love. So we're going to close this one. Let's delete... Oh, whoops. I just meant to hit close. All right, so let's set some virtual inputs. So here on this guy, I believe the process is create virtual input, if I'm not mistaken. So that is virtual input number 1, and I want to change it so that it doesn't change when I move the camera. I want it to keep the thumbnail. Where do I do that? I did that in here. Somebody jump in if you know what I'm looking for here. Ooh, look at that color correction. That's fun. PTZ control. Oh, I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? Close. Let's open this. PTZ control. Sony Visca over IP. 192.168.1.13 is this one. Connect. There is the input position. Always show thumbnail on input preview. So let's give the thumbs up. All right, so that's position number 1. Oh no! Oh no! Windows, I hate you. I hate you too, Windows. Okay, so here we go. There's position number 1. That's special. All right, let's move it to something else. So we'll, well, let's not point at the computer. Let's point it at the beautiful, what used to be known as the Air Canada Center, and now is known as the, oh, good golly. Where's Studio Monitor? Let's just do, this is simpler. All right, so here, set your position for your virtual input here. Using the Visca IP command. Create virtual input. Very cool. All right, one more. I want to take a look at the wide angle of the Saturn V rocket. So I'm going to create input, and then I want to take a close-up of the United States logo on the Saturn V. Now remember, lighting is not ideal in my office, so everybody chill. All right, cool. So here are my inputs. Here we go. So I'm going to click on input number 1. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. All right, let's do input number 2, I guess. Okay. Hey, it's corrected. Yay! Good job, boys. Love it. Here, that's a need for some, that's a need for a little bit of a celebration. Let's shout that out. Good job, engineers. They got that error corrected, and this looks awesome now. Fantastic. All right, you vMix users. Update. Do the update. Color correction. Virtual inputs are working. Love it. Whoa. All right, cool. I love that that's corrected. I don't necessarily love the program, but that's another issue for another rant for another day. I'm not going down that road today. It's 10 to 12, which means that half of this day is almost over, and the weekend is right around the corner, and we're coming up on Christmas break. Also, don't know if you know this, but Christmas is my favorite holiday. My wife will tell you that I'm borderline annoying about it, but I have American Thanksgiving, right? And there's this unsaid rule in the States where you don't do Christmas until Thanksgiving has gone through and given its credit. However, I'm Canadian, and so my Thanksgiving is in October, and early October. And so it's like a Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving extravaganza for quite a while. So that's where I'm at right now, getting really excited that the holidays are coming up. We are going to close down the support desk for a week, so you need to know that. So get your questions in now. Or you can meet me on Twitch. And, hey, Jesse, I never even said hello. I hope you're still around. It says that you're here. So how's it going, Jesse? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you hanging out with us here. For those of you doing the update, please, please, please let me know how that goes. I've been told that we should be doing a whole lot less baseboard updates, USB sticks, after this. And we're kind of getting to a mature state on things. So really excited about that. I think the P200 now, with the coloration stuff corrected, is in a league of its own. These features are typically purchasable features on other cameras, and so we offer them for free. They come on board. This camera is the same price or slightly, just a couple $100 more than the next guy, but they offer a feature set. You don't have to pay for NDI being enabled. You don't have to pay for an NDI license. You don't have to pay for coloration control like we have here now with the color matrix. It's all included, and you don't have to pay for support. That's included. And there's a 2-year factory warranty on the thing. So giddy up. I don't know how you can possibly advocate. What's going on, Newsworthy? What did you miss? You missed me testing vMix virtual inputs on the new and officially released firmware for P200, P100, and Cam Control has an update as well. So check out the Facebook user group for that. Yeah, big day. It's a big day. And that means either my weekend is going to be wonderfully peaceful bliss, or it's going to be really busy. So we will see. Oh, what did you do? Casting terminated. Oh, you just had a... Oh, you want to see that? Well, I just did it. I can confirm it works. So now you can do that for your own. I promise you, you have the full intentions of the team that everything should be functioning. They have left it on the bench for over a week, getting this thing stable, making sure that when they release it, it'll work. So do the update. I promise you, if you want the coloration stuff, do the update. Now is the time. It appears to be solid. And yeah, there you go. Hopefully they'll... I don't think there should be any... This is royalty-free music that plays, and so for some reason, Facebook is like... It always flags me on stuff, but I think they are misinformed. Anyway, so it's royalty-free music, so I shouldn't get dinged for anything like that. Shouldn't have any warnings. Anyway, giggity goo. I'm really excited that the P200, P100 have this update now, and that it's stable, is as promised, and there's a new version of Cam Control 2.0.4 which is also downloadable on that YouTube or Facebook page, user group, and beta group. So check those out. We're up and running. I am running both of those and have tested both of those here live. Everything seems to check out, and so that's good to go. Good to go. Yeah, really excited about that. Now, we're working hard on clamping down on these tickets that are in the desk. And so we have been trying to respond, trying to get after any tickets that come in that are new. Hold on. I got like something in my throat. I got to clear my throat. One second. Okay, so my general rule for tickets that are opened is what's going on, Beep Chirp? A general rule for tickets that are new, obviously we try and get to them as quick as we can. Some of them are quite complex, and so some of those take a little bit more planning in terms of how we respond, but the P200 upgrade went seamlessly, and cam control works, and virtual input works on vMix. So I give it my thumbs up. The issues that I had are fixed, and so check that out. This is a great update. I believe this is kind of getting to the final stages of P200's capabilities and offerings at an entry-level broadcast. So we're excited. We want you to get to this phase and play around with some of that stuff, and then do some cool stuff with your production. So P200 should be in good working order. What about the shutter priority lockup? I don't know that to be a problem in this. They had that problem on their list, and so I'm assuming it has been addressed, but please go ahead and test and let me know how it goes, or let engineering know, or however you're communicating that information. Of course, if you're in the beta group, definitely talk about it in the beta group, because those guys will want to hear about it if it's still a problem, but it should be addressed from what I've been told. Of course, they release it and go to bed, and then I wake up and start support. So that's kind of how that goes, because we're a global company. So take that with whatever it's worth. I'm not in the beta group because I don't believe in Facebook. Well, okay, that's fair enough. Oh, I forgot to submit a ticket for that. I'll toss the new firmware on today and see if it's still an issue. And okay, cool. Please do. Please do, please do. All right, so we're trying to get through tickets, trying to catch up here because the new year is coming along, and we're switching. We are officially changing the way we do support, and whether you like it or you don't like it, I'm really sorry, or I'm really happy that you feel that way. But we need to change the way we're doing it because scalability, global support, global, being able to generate reports and showing where people are having problems and all that sort of stuff. That's all coming along. So there are some things that really need to happen. And hang on here, I gotta check this. Okay. So some things that as we grow, we need to evolve into a, more systematic and, sustainable support system. As it is right now, we're just kind of jumping in and answering everything that we can. We want to actually get tickets funneled into specific places based on location as to where you are. So if you have a question, you're here in the US with me, obviously it would come to my team here in the US. If it's a question over in Europe, somebody in Europe. Over in Australia, eventually when we hire somebody over there, it would go to them. So we want to do better about that. We want to be sure that somebody is able to see it in your time zone, so that even if it takes us 24 hours to respond, somebody responds in your time zone so that you see it during working hours and they see it during working hours, and it's a little bit more, adheres a little bit more to the timetables that people have across the globe. So we're working on that. That's going to be something that we're going to offer. We're also, the way you request support now from now on with BirdDog is going to be a little bit different. We're going to do away with the help@bird-dog.tv email. That change is coming, so please become comfortable with that. We're going to have an official ticketing system that will allow you to still, you're going to submit a ticket through a web form, and then we'll communicate with you through the email. But per case, basically, we've got to do a better job, because why not do email to ticketing gateway? So the reason we don't want to do emailing is because we want to get required information, and people that submit tickets to me via email, quite literally every day I get multiple tickets that say, in the title, P200, and then in the subject, I'm having trouble with my P200, and then they hit submit. And so there's this constant chase for information. What firmware are you running? When, what are the symptoms? Where are you located? Like, is this a static DHCP network situation? Like, there's some stuff that I have to ask every single time for every ticket just to help you support it. So I got to capture that data. And people who are just submitting emails are leaving a lot of data out. You'll notice that if you email help@bird-dog.tv right now, you'll get an auto response. And in there it says, hey, if you didn't tell us this information, please hit reply and fill in this little form telling us where you are, what firmware you're running, what baseboard copy do you have, like your name, your email address, where can we reach you, all this stuff. So we're already doing that, but it's a very manual process, and most tickets do not respond with that information, which I need to actually help support you. So I've got to be able to capture that data right out of the gate so that I'm not following up and then the ticket is taking an additional 24-hour cycle just for us to address it. I'd rather it come in with all the required information so that I can assign the ticket to an appropriate agent and they can get you quicker answers. So you mean you're not an all-seeing... How's it going, Phil? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we need to sit down and have a drink. So yeah, that's the case where it's just kind of like people don't know what to... Okay, truthfully, at 10,000 feet, okay, here we go. Here's what's actually happening. People have a genuine problem with their device. And it's not that they don't know to submit this information. They don't know what is required for us to help them with the situation. There isn't a published SLA. Want to become famous? Buy followers. No, I'm not going to buy followers, dude. Please don't post that crap on this channel. So the people legitimately don't know what they should submit for a proper support. And granted, we don't have a way of getting people to submit this information. So what we want to do is create a system where the required information to help us get off the ground, and most of the questions I'm going to ask anyway, get asked up front. And that way we can actually be better and faster at responding than if people just shoot me an email and, hey, I need help with this, somebody call me. That is not helpful. I don't know if I'm getting into a networking question with you, if I'm getting into a firmware problem, if you're clueless about networks and cameras, if you're an entry-level camera guy, or if you have 30 years in broadcasting experience and want to know what the deal is between a C300 and a P200 and all that stuff. Like, there's lots to talk about, and we need something to go on other than, I'm having a problem, call me. That help, and that gives you really slow and crappy support. And I don't want to give our people who have spent money on our product a crappy response right out of the gate. I want your experience with support to be genuine, but also to be helpful, to potentially close the ticket in the first response touch that we have. But to do that, we got to get the appropriate data. So we're going to work in a system where there are required fields: your location, what product are you using, what firmware are you running, what baseboard do you have. Hopefully, like the baseboard question, I really want it to become irrelevant here in the next 6 months. But we need to get control over what information comes in so that we can give you good data coming out. And the only way to do that is to get rid of the email and funnel everybody to a web form. There have been conversations about, I say a web form, F-O-R-M. There have been conversations about the way that we build the BirdDog client community. And right now, it's primarily out of Facebook, Twitter a little bit, Reddit a little bit. Discord is becoming a thing. Shout out to Beep Chirp again, who not only is the all-time highest subscriber gifter on this channel, he is also the founder of the Discord channel for BirdDog, and that is here in the chat. There's just a couple of things up. Nightbot does it every 15-20 minutes to remind you that the channel is there. It has... Anyway, you can join there, and you can even download the Discord app for Windows, and I don't know if they have them for Mac. I'm sure they do. But you can jump on there. There, see Beep Chirp, and Beep Chirp knows the command to give a little shout out for his Discord channel. So he's gone to all the effort to set this up for us, and he's also jumped in as a admin. both of his accounts are sitting as admins right now, and he's made me an admin, an honorary admin. So this is a place where you can jump in and check it out. And so there's conversations going on in here that you should definitely check out. It's a good little web forum that people are able to get in. A lot of people are familiar with Discord. I actually am not that familiar with Discord, so that's really why I didn't do it myself. But I appreciate him getting in and figuring all that stuff out. So join the Discord channel if you haven't already, because the conversations that we have here can easily continue over there. And this is really the place I promote the Discord channel. So the guys that are here will probably be over there as well. So if you're having issues, if I'm not running a Twitch show like over Christmas break, for example, Discord's going to be a good place to continue the conversation in this community with these guys. Now, they are also going to be on vacation, Christmas break, hopefully. So have some realistic expectations about that. We're also at boosted level 1, so we get a higher quality voice. Oh, nice. That's cool. So yeah, Beep Chirp is doing his thing over here, and he's helped set this up so that people can get some additional help, especially for you non-Facebookers. There is lots going on here. Now, I'm going to link in the resources tab, I'm going to link the firmware updates for the P100, P200, and cam control. So I'm going to put that over there. So if you refuse to use Facebook, I don't actually blame you. And let me get these links over there for you so that they are available. I need to do this with a few things anyway, so I'll get these open. Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. That's P100. All right, got it. All right. So, Christmas break. My Christmas break will be relatively non-existent, but I will be off work, so I should be around on Discord to help with P200 things, at least things that I have answers for anyways. Yeah. Thank you. I do not expect you to work the Discord channel over your Christmas break, but if you choose to hang out, people will be appreciative. So this is firmware 20.12.3380, and that link is this. Okay, so P200 is done. This is P100. And this is update 3762. Share. Copy. Check it out in Discord. Oh, hey, people are liking it. That's fun. And the brand new cam control, which is 2.0.4. That link is here. 2.0.4. Boom. There it is. Those are the updates. They are in Discord, so if you want to jump over to Discord, become a member there and follow us, we can certainly give you a hand there. We have such fun conversations. I thought it might be fun to keep the conversations going when John's not online. I agree. And it works well. And there are people, Beat Chirp is liking these posts. So cool stuff. Thanks, Newsworthy. And Kevin, I see you over there too. So thanks for hanging out with us. Christmas break. We can schedule support shifts in PCO. You guys. That's funny. All right, I'm going to go for another 5 minutes here on Twitch. Just want to make sure that you guys know those resources available. So if you're not on Facebook, they're now on Discord. Jump on Discord, grab those files for your update, and get those P200s, P100s updated. I have a P100 here. Actually, not this one, but it's one over there. And I'm going to get the new update on that one as well, get that functioning. And in cam control, play around with it a little bit before I go back to tickets here today. I've got another meeting at 1 o'clock, so I got to be available for that. But those updates are under the resources tab inside Discord. So if you're looking for those, check that out. They should be there. Let me also Discord. Wondering if I can't add channels because I'm not on the website. Let's see. Nope. So for some reason, Deep Troop, I'm still not able to add any topics. I don't know if that's just admin restrictions or whatever, but two-factor auth. Oh, well, I can do that. All right. Streamer mode enabled? What the heck does that mean? Enable streamer mode? All right, hang on. Authorized apps. My account. Oh. Is it because I'm streaming right now? Is that the problem? All right, well, I'll enable two-factor in a second then. As soon as we're done here. You can't take any admin action until you're set up for two-factor authentication. Oh. Here. Enable two-factor. What's the password, it says? Oh, my password. Bapadoo. Sorry, my brain is full of stuff right now. All right, here we go. Giggity-goo and Authenticator. I like the Google Authenticator. Oh no, the LastPass Authenticator app. If anybody does anybody use the LastPass stuff? Because I know I do. Scan barcode. Click. Man, it's so fast. Log in with your code. You know what? I have realized that in this day and age, it is still... Oh, log in with your QR code. Sure. Open Discord in Safari? You know what? No. You know what? Get out of here. Welcome back. We're excited you're here. I'm sure you are. Alright, Discord. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, so. Copy. I know this is riveting Twitch content right now. You guys watching me two-factor authenticate Discord. Hey, we got to do something. It's near the end of the week. Remember that time 2 weeks ago I thought it was Thursday and it was really Tuesday? And then I opened the show for like 15 minutes and then you guys were all like, no, John. I think you're having a stroke. It's only Tuesday. Yeah, that was frustrating. All right. There it is! Hey! All right, that was it. Good work. Good work. Excellent. Okay. Well, now I'm going to make a mess of it, and you're going to be mad because it's going to be unorganized, so. Can I, like, rename topics and stuff? Ooh, you have a networks tab? I switched to OnePass. Okay. I didn't realize I had one. I might try that out. I use LastPass casually. I use LastPass fairly regularly for work and for personal stuff because I like the randomizing. I mean, it's a fairly simple function, but you can generate passwords and then I just have a massive passphrase that I use. That's pretty complex, and so feel pretty good about that. But yeah, yeah. There's that. So, one password can do that too. Good. Well, it should. It's a pretty standard function. So I was a part of, right before I left the institution I was working at before I came to BirdDog, I was a part of a massive network, like penetration test, basically, or, security testing. And we got a massive education as to how insecure our network was. And so we did that the year before I left, and then we were integrating that over the course of the year. Well, LastPass became like a very big thing for us because we have all the admin credentials and everything. So we started, generating passwords, really complex passwords and whatever. And it's funny because LastPass is like, we recommend that you use, 8-character passwords with numbers, letters, and symbols, and uppers and lower cases, just for complexity's sake. And I was like, I just moved the slider to like 30 characters. Like, just make this as complex as you possibly can. I don't want anybody guessing this in a million years. And so the statistical data on password complexity, just words, just letters, That is 8 characters. It takes a guy like, I think it's like, it could take up to a month to crack the password. If you add numbers, it takes them like a year or something like that. If you add characters, it's like 5 years. And then if you add more characters, it compounds on top of that. So I was like, why wouldn't you just use every option, the longest password possible, just make it impossible? Like, that's the whole point of a password. It's supposed to be impossible. So, this explains it nicely. Pull it up. All right, yep, I'll show this. All right, hang on. Correct horsey. So here's what Beep Chirp just posted. So this is great. Password strength. Common, uncommon, non-gibberish base words. Order unknown. You can add a few of these. Through 20 years of effort, we successfully trained everyone to use passwords that are hard for humans to remember but easy for computers to guess. What is trombone? No. Trabudor. And one of the O's was a 0, and there was some symbol. Difficulty to remember. Hard. Difficult to guess. 28 bits. 2/28. 3 days at 10,000 guesses a second. Yeah. Like, the algorithms out there just, like, guess a whole bunch, right? Like, they just... That's why two-factor is also super interesting to me, because not only do you use complex passwords generated by LastPass, but then you have two-factor authentication so that they need your phone as well, which is, like, brutal. It's true that brute force technique, but there are dictionaries and lists that should contain your password. Well, so that's the other thing is, like, be careful what you authenticate against, right? Because if you authenticate with your stuff on their website and they get a breach, well, then it's all for naught. So the key is just use different passwords for everything and generate a new password for everything. That's usually the best, but anyways, well, it's usually helpful. 44 bits is 2/44, power to the 44th. 550 years of guessing at 10,000 guesses a second. Yeah. Correct horse battery staple. 4 random common words. That's a battery staple. Correct. Correct horse battery staple. Difficult to remember, but you've already memorized it. That's hilarious. Oh, this little diagram is amazing. Is this more stuff? Next. This is hilarious. I love this. Thanks for sharing this, Beep Chirp. I appreciate that. The longer the password, the more rare... Yeah. The longer the password and the less frequently used, right? This is so funny. Yeah, I'm going to bookmark this. Not under recipes, but under BirdDog. Done. Yeah, never use a password repeatedly. Yeah. Well, see, we were all poorly trained way back in the late 90s, early 2000s, right? Pick a new password every 3 months. We're like, oh, geez, just use the same one and add 1, 2, 3 on the end. But obviously that was not the point of a password. The password is to lock other people out, even if they figure out what your favorite type of pizza is, you know? Use completely different passwords for your email. Yeah, that's true. I started randomizing my Gmail ones. Again, LastPass is helpful for this. And then you change your LastPass phrase, which should be a super long sentence, you know, every few months, and you're in good shape. But the amount... Anyways, they did a penetration test on our network and found, like, all sorts of vulnerabilities. Even things like they just walked around and shoulder surfed. And they saw password. Hey, I'm from this security... They flat out said, I'm from this security company. I just want to come in, introduce myself. And they were like, we were able to get like 15 passwords just doing that. just walking around the side of their desk, shaking their hand. Yeah, we're just helping you guys with your computers and stuff like that. And like post-it notes, password, like written right there. So they just go upstairs and go on the system, punch in the password. Yep, I can get in. Like, they're honest about who they are in front of the people and surf their shoulder surf their password and then walk upstairs and access it. Yep, that didn't give the employee a clue. Maybe you shouldn't have that there. Maybe you should change that right now. You know, like do it now. You're the payroll associate for the entire school or whatever. Like, yeah, it's insane. Anyway, passwords is not really something that I have to worry about. Quite frankly, if you want to break into the BirdDog camera and manipulate the color controls, that's not really the worst thing you can do. So, you just have too much time on your hands, and you know, like you need a friend. Anyway, it is 12:20, so I have gone past my time here. I've got a meeting here in just a few minutes now that I need to prepare for, so I will sign off for the week. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. There are several of you hanging out with us right now in Twitch, and that is greatly appreciated. Thank you for joining us today, and thanks to the chat. I appreciate that. We went into password stuff. Discord is now up and running. You want to see the Discord channel, the unofficial, unsupported BirdDog user group here on Discord. So for all you anti-Facebookers, jump on Twitch for sure. Join us here every Tuesday, Thursday from 11 to 12. But also jump over on Discord. We'll continue the conversations in there. Beep Chirp is our unofficial admin, and he is the one that's done all the heavy lifting to get this up and running. So great place for people to collaborate. There are discussions about what we're going to end up doing with like social media and that sort of thing going forward. So more announcements on that coming up in the new year probably. I'm in the process of moving over to a new support system, and so that process is going to change in the new year. But for now, hit me up at help@bird-dog.tv. I'm going to try my best to help you guys into this holiday season. Remember that the support desk is officially closed for a week and a half starting on Christmas Eve, the 24th. We will not be open. We'll reopen on the 4th, on the Monday after New Year's. So you need to know that. Tell all your family and friends that is the case. Also, direct them over here to Twitch. We will do one more this year. We'll do Tuesday of next week and hang out. My family will be home. My kids are off school. My wife is done teaching for the year, so they'll be home hanging out with me here. So we'll do a short 1-hour show next Tuesday. Wrap up any concerns you have. Be sure you hit up the firmware updates. And as always, email me directly for absolute no response. That is, we're not hanging out on Christmas Eve. We are definitely not hanging out on Christmas Eve. So I appreciate it. Maybe I'll decorate for Christmas for Tuesday. We'll see what I end up having time for. Been running a mile a minute here, so I haven't been able to decorate for the holidays like I like on Twitch, like we did for Thanksgiving and Halloween. But let's plan on reconvening at least on Tuesday at 11 or 11:15 next week here on Twitch. If not, join me on Discord or join us at the help desk at help@bird-dog.tv, and we'll give you a hand. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much. Be safe. Stay away from the virus. And we will check you guys out in the next one. A pleasure as always. Cheers, guys. Take care of yourselves.